Hey guys, Born Again here, and today I thought I'd bring you kind of a different video, but this is not really a different video. This is a video that I've been wanting to make for quite a little bit now. For quite a long time, I've been wanting to make this video ever since, like, I guess Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 came out, and pretty much ever since I've thought about starting my own comic book channel. We're going to do a video today of who I think will survive and who will die in Avengers Infinity War. Now, some of these cues that I think will be taken from my old Infinity War pitch. If you would like to go check that out, link will be in the description below to go check out my Infinity War pitch. It's very bad. It's very crappy. I made that like last year sometime. So yeah, today we're just gonna be talking about who I think will survive and who I think will die in Avengers Infinity War. If I had to say who's who and choose what's what. These are the people that I think will die and who I think will survive. It's not going to be in any particular order, however, I've saved pretty much the best for last. But other than that, there's no particular order, and some of these characters aren't even confirmed to be in the movie, but if they are, there's just characters who I think might die or might survive. Let's get started. Captain America. Steve Rogers is indeed fact the classic Avenger. He is the first Avenger, and here's what I think. Do I think he will die, or who do I think he will survive? Well, I do think that Steve Rogers could be one of, if not the death that really sets everyone back and is like, oh my god, we need to like fucking kill this purple ass alien and he has to go down. No ifs, buts, anything about it. We need to take him down. I think Steve Rogers could die, and if he does, that would be like the most important death of the MCU, because not the most important death, but he would be a huge death, because he is not only fought in World War II, like he is a World War II veteran, and he's been frozen in ice, and you know, he's seen some shit, and he's also battled Hydra, and he's come in contact with Infinity Stones, you know. It's just, he's been through a lot, and I think that if I had to be honest with you guys, I think this would be the time where we could see the death of one of our most popular Avengers. So I do think that Captain America will indeed fact die in Avengers Infinity War. The Winter Soldier. See, the Winter Soldier is kind of a tougher character to decode because, yes, he was a brainwashed agent for Hydra. And yes, he is technically a bad guy, but he doesn't do that kind of stuff anymore, and he didn't know what he was doing. He was brainwashed. So it's not like let's not get into that kind of stuff. Let's get into if he will die or not. I personally think that Winter Soldier could be the one person to take over as Captain America if Chris Evans, Steve Rogers has to go or it does die. I think that he would be the number one candidate to take over as Steve Rogers' character, aka Captain America. Because let's be honest here, everything has been leading to this, you know, everything has been leading to Captain America dying, or some big person that's close to Bucky dying, and perhaps him becoming the next Captain America. So if I had to put my money on it, I would indeed fact say that Winter Soldier will probably survive. Falcon. Falcon is our number 2. He's our second candidate to become the new Captain America, because I think both of them have done it in the comics. If I'm not for sure, though, I know definitely Falcon has become the new not Steve Rogers, but the new Captain America at one point. But come on, even though Sam Wilson is not Captain America, Steve Rogers' best friend like Bucky is from the 1940s, we do know that he would be probably another best suited person to take on and take over the role as Captain America, because he does work. He was in the army too. He was just kind of like Captain America, you know. They were talking about that at the beginning of Winter Soldier when they were running. He does know military stuff. He can know that kind of stuff. He's been part of it before, is what I'm trying to say. And he would be another candidate to become Steve Rogers, Captain America. I keep saying Steve Rogers. But not become Steve Rogers, but become the character that Steve Rogers holds and is a symbol of America and symbolism of heroism. I don't know what I'm trying to fucking say. Don't fucking judge me. You know, all I'm saying is that Sam Wilson, even though he could probably be a really good Captain America, I think Captain America, if Steve were to die, would belong to Bucky. the Winter Soldier. So if I had to place my money in it, I don't think he would become Captain America, but I do think that Falcon could indeed in fact live. I do think he could survive this, but we'll just have to see when the movie comes out. Thor. Now, based off the D23 footage, a lot of people are thinking that Thor might die because of that one shot where Thanos... Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert if you have not seen or read the, explanation of the D23 Avengers Infinity War trailer. There's spoilers ahead, so just be warned. There's a shot in the D23 trailer where Thanos is just holding Thor's head as hard as he can and squeezing it, and Thor is like yelling in pain. So, a lot of people are like, oh my god, Thor's gonna die. Now, let me tell you why he might not die. This is what I think I do think, if I have to be honest with you, he is on my death list. So I do think Thor's gonna die, but let me tell you why he might survive that scene. It's a pretty simple explanation. I do think someone might jump in and save him or knock Thanos out of the way. Even though that's probably not possible, considering he is the strongest being alive with those Infinity Stones. And we know he's coming. We know Thanos is coming. You know they're all going to fight. But I'm just saying, if Thor's going to die, I don't think they would reveal that in the trailer. I don't think they would show that scene. I do think Thor's going to die, but I don't think that's that scene. So if I have to be honest, that's not going to be his scene where he dies. But I am going to be honest that I do think that Thor will indeed in fact die. Loki. Now, we know Loki is confirmed for Infinity War because he's on the poster, and he's also been confirmed that he's going to be in Infinity War. Before I knew he was confirmed for Infinity War, and before I saw the poster, I actually thought that Loki might die in Ragnarok. I did not know he would probably be part of the final Avengers, not the final Avengers movie, but the third Avengers movie. I thought he would die in the final Thor movie, but I guess that's not the case. And we know Thor's probably not going to die in Ragnarok either. He's definitely not going to die in Ragnarok because he's going to be in Infinity War. But let's get back to Loki here for a second. I don't think that Loki will die in Ragnarok. Actually, I know he won't die in Ragnarok, but if I'm going to be honest here, let's just say that Loki is probably going to die. It's been leading up to this. He is he is the villain in the MCU that holds all the villains together, if you know what I'm trying to say. He is one of, if not the best villain of the MCU, because he is such a reusable character. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, like, oh, he's reusable, he is a reusable character because he is such a great villain. He's in Thor, he's in Avengers, he's in Thor 2. He is a mischievous little devil now, isn't he? Because, you know what? I think it's time for him to bite the dust, you know? Because we've seen him in so many great movies, not great movies, but we've seen him as Tom Hiddleston has been playing this great character Loki for, jeez, how long has it been? It's like 6 years now he's been playing this character? 5 or 6 years. And I think it's time we've had our say. I think he's had his say, and we've had our fair share of Loki all around. So I do think that Loki will indeed fact bite the bullet in Avengers Infinity War, and I do think it could be a big death, especially for his half-brother Thor. Valkyrie. I gotta be honest here, Valkyrie is kind of an unknown for me, because I don't know much about Valkyrie at all, so all you people in the comments, don't hate on me, I don't know much about her than the comics at all. The only thing I know about her is that she's gonna be in Ragnarok, and I'm pretty sure she's confirmed for Infinity War. I could be wrong about that, though. But I don't know much about Valkyrie, so I'm not going to say whether she's going to die or survive. If she's confirmed for Infinity War, she's obviously probably not going to die in Thor Ragnarok. But I'm going to say this right here, I don't think she'll die, because she's more a new character. I don't think they would kill her off if she's going to be a main character in Ragnarok. I mean, she's obviously part of Thor's posse, so I don't think she will be killed off in Infinity War, if I was going to say so myself, because she's more of a new character. So I do think that, even though I don't know much about Valkyrie and I don't know anything about the upcoming movie Infinity War at all, I do think that Valkyrie has a very slight chance of surviving. So I'll just go with that. She's going to survive, in my opinion. Is what I think. Spider-Man. Oh, come on, guys. You really think that Spider-Man is going to die? Now, the only way I say he would die is if they do that thing that I was talking about, where Doctor Strange reverses time and makes sure everyone survives and everyone turns out okay. If they do that idea that I had, and Spider-Man dies, but then they do the idea that I have where Doctor Strange reverses time and brings him back, I do think that that could work, but that could work for every character. But let's just talk about the facts here. If they don't do that, it's obvious that Spider-Man is not going to die. I mean, yes, he's very, very not as powerful as Thanos, and not as powerful as some of the other Marvel superheroes, but let's be honest, Infinity War is going to end off Phase 3, I think, as far as I know, and Spider-Man 2 is going to kick off Phase 4. That is going to be the first movie of Phase 4. So obviously, unless they do the idea I had where Doctor Strange reverses time, I don't think that Holland's Spider-Man / Peter Parker is going to bite the bullet and just die. I don't think he's going to get killed off in Infinity War. No matter, even another spoiler for the D23 trailer, he does talk to Tony Stark and say, "Tony, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." And there's like blood all over Tony and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think Spider-Man's going to die. I do think he's going to survive and be one of the surviving members of Infinity War. So, who, Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever. Vision. Vision. This one's obvious. Yes, Vision is probably going to die. Now, I know Paul Bettany is in interviews saying, maybe Vision can survive without that Infinity Stone. I doubt it, dude. I seriously, really highly doubt it. Because, let's be honest, Thanos is going to need all those Infinity Gems. And we've all said it before. Everyone has been talking about this since the day Vision was introduced in Age of Ultron. It's, oh my god, we already know Vision's gonna die. The first time people saw Vision, a lot of people were speculating, he's gonna die because Thanos needs all the Infinity Gems, and they put one in his head. So without a doubt, I do think Thanos will just run up to Vision and just grab him by the head and just smash his robotic head and just take the gem. I don't think Vision will be a surviving member. And there's also that thing a couple months back where a bunch of people were near the set of Infinity War and they heard Paul Bettany screaming. I don't know if that's like it's a robot. How would a robot have feelings? It's like, Vision does have feelings for Wanda. Speaking, and I do think he's gonna die. He's going to die. Even though he has feelings for Wanda, I do think Vision's gonna die. Speaking of Wanda, Scarlet Witch. Now, I don't know much about Scarlet Witch either. I don't know about her from the comics. I've only seen her in the couple of movies. I know her comic book outfit looks like. That's about it. That's all I know about her from the comics. But if I had to place a guess, I would indeed fact say that Scarlet Witch is probably going to survive. If I had to say so. I do like the idea of her training to use her powers better and getting to know her powers a little bit more with Doctor Strange. Or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe Doctor Strange learns about his powers a little bit more with Scarlet Witch. I just like maybe if they had kind of a thing where they're just learning with each other about magic and their powers. But off of that subject, I don't think that Scarlet Witch is going to die. I think she will be a surviving member of Infinity War. She won't join her brother up wherever they are. It's going to be her. You know, I do think she's going to survive. Which is kind of weird for me to say, because I always thought she was going to die from when I first saw Civil War. I was like, I always had just some feeling at the back of my head she might die. But now that I've seen more of her and all that kind of stuff, I don't think she's going to die. I'm sorry, I don't think she's going to die because I don't know what it is. I thought she might have died. I was like, she's probably gonna die. She's gonna be like, might sacrifice herself. It's weird. I don't think she's going to die because, let's be honest, she was scared in Age of Ultron, and Hawkeye had that heart-to-heart with her, and she went out like a badass and just started taking out all those robots. Imagine her doing that to Thanos' people, who's coming down, and then just maybe like stealing the gauntlet. I don't know. It's magic. I don't think she's gonna die, but magic. The Hulk. Hulk's kind of a weird character because I kind of know a little bit about Hulk, but that's not the question. It's if he's going to die or if he's going to survive in Avengers Infinity War. I don't think he's going to die in Avengers Infinity War. If I had to place my bet on when I think something will happen to him that's going to be very traumatizing in Avengers 4. The untitled Avengers 4 movie coming after Infinity War. If I had to place my bet on it, I don't think he's going to die. So that means no, he's not going to die in Infinity War. Something's probably going to happen to him in Avengers 4. That's all I have for you about the Hulk. Mark Ruffalo's contract, I think, does expire after Avengers Infinity War, or Avengers Infinity War. Avengers 4 is his last movie, so I do think something will happen there, unless we get like a standalone Hulk movie. But other than that, I don't think he's gonna die in Infinity War. I think he'll probably die or something will happen to him in the 4th movie. Yeah, Avengers 4. War Machine. Let's just talk about War Machine for a second. I thought he was going to die in Civil War. But then that goes back to my statement that they shouldn't kill off people in the trailer, and they shouldn't show the scene where they die, like with Thor in Infinity War trailer at the D23 thing. I thought he might die, but he didn't die in Civil War, he was just paralyzed. So, if I had to say something about Infinity War, as far as his contract goes, I think it ends after Infinity War is his last movie, so I think what they did in Civil War was they just faked you out so that they could have his real death happen in Infinity War. So if I had to place my money on it, I would say that Don Cheadle's War Machine / Colonel James Rhodes will die in Infinity War. He didn't die in Civil War, but I think they were just teasing you. Like, oh my god, he's gonna die in Civil War. No, he doesn't. But he was probably gonna die in Infinity War. They're just setting you up for that. That's why they showed him falling to his ground in the Civil War trailer. I think that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna kill him off in Infinity War, and so you're like, oh, they did kill him off, but it's gonna be a big death. Let's just say that. But I think they were just setting us up, because they showed us that he might die in Civil War, but he didn't. So I think they have to do it in this movie. If I had to place my money down, I do think that he's going to die in Infinity War. Captain Marvel. So, is Captain Marvel going to die in Infinity War? Well, considering she's a new character and she's going to be at the front line during the Skrull War, I have a video coming up about the Skrulls too about that. Let's just say one thing. Is she going to die? No. Hawkeye. Yes, I do think Hawkeye is going to die in Infinity War because his contract also ends during Infinity War. So Infinity War, and then he's done. Probably no Avengers 4 for him. Yeah, I do think he's gonna die, unless they do that thing they were talking about, where he said he wanted to do his own TV series, and they might do it on Netflix. It's gonna be if they do that, that would be awesome. But I don't think they're gonna do it, so I'm just gonna stick with the fact that yeah, he's probably gonna die in Infinity War. Black Widow. I'm sorry, ScarJo, but I do think your character is going to die in Infinity War. I know a lot of people are probably saying, but you think everyone's gonna die, so I might as well not even watch your video, you stupid fucking fag. Well, let me just say something, okay? Let me just say something. I don't think she's going to survive. Because her contract, dude. You're like, oh, but contracts, you always talk about the contracts. Contracts, they can just redo their contract. That's true, they could redo their contract. But as of right now, I don't think she's going to survive. Sound clear? Get the picture? Alright, let's move on. Black Panther. Yes, King T'Challa himself. I do not think he's going to die in Infinity War, because we haven't seen him get his own trilogy yet, man. Black Panther needs his own trilogy. He needs like he needs 2 sequels and that one original movie that we're getting in February. I almost said September. What the hell is September? I meant February. We're getting his first movie next year in February, so yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. You know, Chadwick Boseman plays an amazing Black Panther, in my opinion, and I thought he was the standout in Civil War, not Spider-Man, if I'm being totally honest with you. But yeah, I don't think we've had his. I don't think we've seen him have his opportunity to shine. I do think we will see his opportunity to shine in the first Black Panther movie, but I do think we need a little bit more of him than just a little taste. See, in Civil War, we just got a little grain of Black Panther. In Black Panther, we're gonna get like a little teaspoon size, and then Infinity War we might get another like couple grains, and then in the 2 sequels we're gonna get like a whole fucking tablespoon of Black Panther, which is what we need. We need more Black Panther. So no, I doubt they're gonna kill him off. That's what I'm saying though. But that's just what I think. That's what I think. They're not going to kill him off. Trust me. Doctor Strange. No. Again, this goes back to the sequel argument. We haven't had him... I, for one, didn't really love Doctor Strange. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was okay. There was a couple scenes where I thought there could have been more magic and sorcery. But I do think we could see more magic and sorcery in his sequels of Doctor Strange. So I do think that Doctor Strange deserves some more sequels. And plus, I do think he is going to be the standout in Infinity War. So no, I don't think he's going to die. If they're going to go off my pitch and have him just, like, not even join the fight, which is not what they're going to do, trust me, because there's already been set leaks and set photos with him on the set. So he's obviously in the movie for a large chunk, and he's going to join the fight. But he will... If they do the thing where I thought of, where he like reverses time and all that kind of stuff, that would be awesome, you know. So I don't think he's gonna die. I think he could be this. He's probably gonna be the standout, in my opinion. That's who I think is gonna be the standout, is Dr. Stephen Strange. And also, he could be the one that saves everyone. He could be the actual hero. You know how we always look at him as like this egotistical bastard, but he could really prove himself to be worthy of a true hero in Infinity War if he saves everyone. So I don't think he's gonna die. I think he could save everyone. Since this video is taking too long, I just thought we'd do the entire Guardians of the Galaxy in one thing. So we're just gonna go through all of them within one recording take. So we're not gonna be like, oh, Star-Lord, blah 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 blah, Gamora, blah blah blah. You get the picture. We're just gonna do all the Guardians in one thing. Okay, Star-Lord. Do I think he's gonna die? Probably not, because he's slated to be in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 after Infinity War. Gamora. Do I think she's gonna die? Again, no. I think she's confirmed to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and I don't think Thanos would kill her favorite daughter, Drax the Destroyer. I don't know if he's confirmed for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, so maybe. So that's gonna be a maybe. Not a confirmed yes and a confirmed no, so just maybe on Drax. Kraglin. Let's do Kraglin here. No, I do think he's confirmed for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. If you don't know who Kraglin is, he's Yondu's, like, partner type guy. I'll probably show a picture. So Kraglin, no, I don't think he's gonna die. Next up, Rocket Raccoon. No, I don't think he's gonna die. He's also in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Groot, he might just get obliterated. I don't know if he's confirmed for Volume 3. I'm just gonna say he's gonna be obliterated in Infinity War. So yeah, he's gonna die. Mantis, no, she's a new character in Infinity War, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I don't think she's gonna die. Nebula, I do think she's gonna die because she doesn't have anything else after Infinity War, so I think she's gonna die. Michael Booker, Yondu, he's gonna die. He's already dead. He's already. What the hell am I talking about? So yeah, I think I just got all the Guardians in one take. Let's move on. Did I do Ant-Man yet? All right, Ant-Man. Screw it. We'll do Ant-Man and the Wasp. Okay. Ant-Man and the Wasp. No, Ant-Man's gonna have wait, he's already getting a sequel. But does the sequel take place after Infinity War or before? What the hell? I don't know. So, let's just say this. If it takes place before Infinity War, yeah, they're both gonna die. If it takes place after Infinity War, no, they're both gonna survive. So, yay. Ant-Man and the Wasp are gonna die if Ant-Man and the Wasp takes place before Infinity War. Yeah, before Infinity War. They're gonna die in Infinity War if it takes place before. But if the movie takes place after Infinity War, then I do think they'll survive. Sound good? Okay. Nick Fury and Maria Hill. I'm doing couples now. They're not really a couple. They're just, you know, they work on the same team. Nick Fury, I think he's one of those people that could be a major death that, like Coulson, his fake death in the first Avengers, how that brought everyone together. I think Nick Fury's could be just like that, only he should stay dead. He's already had his scare. Like Rhodey did in Infinity War, where we all were like, oh my god, or not Infinity War, but Civil War, when he's like, on the ground, everyone was like, oh my god, Rhodey's gonna die. Iron Man's gonna flip the fuck out. He's gonna kill Captain America because Rhodey's dead. No, Rhodey didn't die. That was a scare. Same with Nick Fury and Winter Soldier. We thought he was dead, but he did die. Now is the time to kill off Fury. Alright? Nick Fury would be a big death for the Avengers to cope with, to bring them all together, to be like, alright, let's fuck this fucking Thanos up. This fucker needs to go down. So yeah, I do think that Nick Fury will die, yes. Maria Hill, she's probably a throwaway character. If we haven't already established that by now, she's a throwaway character, so yeah, she's gonna die. So yeah, both of them gonna die, yeah, let's do this. Betty Ross! Yeah, she's gonna die. And here we go. The second to last, the thundering Mad Titan, the Mad Titan, the Thundering Thanos. If I had to put my bets on it, I don't know if he's gonna die. I don't know how powerful. I don't know much about Thanos, and I don't really know how powerful he is without the gauntlet. Is he powerful at all without the gauntlet, or is he just powerful with the gauntlet? Or is it both? He's powerful with or without the gauntlet? I don't know, but if he's powerful when he doesn't have... if he's powerful only when he has the gauntlet, maybe they'll just destroy the gauntlet or just take it off of his hand or something, and he'll be in jail, and then he'll come back in Avengers 4. So if that happens, I don't think he will die in Infinity War, but I do think he might come back for Avengers 4. So yeah, that's what I think. I think he'll survive Infinity War and be back in Avengers 4. That's what I think. Alright guys, here's the last confirmed character as far as I know. If I missed any confirmed characters, let me know down below. This is the last confirmed character that I know of. Let's talk about it. The ice cream on the cake. The man that started it all. Iron Man, Tony Stark. So, it's come to this. The big one. Is Tony Stark / Iron Man going to die in Infinity War? Well, based off that D23 trailer and all the footage, I have gathered up enough information, actually not that much information at all, except for the D23 trailer, and all the knowledge I know from him starting off the MCU and building up this empire of one of, if not the most high-paid company, if you know what I mean. Like, for merchandise, it's like Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Marvel's at the top of this list. Based off all that, based off the fact that he was first in the MCU, he started it all, and based off the fact that he's been in so many movies and that his contract's about to end, I have come to the perfect conclusion with all that in mind that Iron Man indeed fact will, drumroll please, die. He will die. Now, hold on, before you get your pitchforks, before you get your repulsor blast, before you get your magic hammers, before you get your Mjolnir, before you get your Captain America shield, before you get your shrinking ability from Hank Pym, before you get your Daredevil sticks, you know, the sticks, you know, before you get your Punisher shotgun and all that kind of shit, before you get anything, your Star-Lord whatever the fuck, before you get anything out, let me just tell you why I think he's going to die. This guy started a giant movie franchise with the MCU. And for him to be killed off would be the biggest death. That was my spoon. So anyway, I was just saying, because Iron Man started off this MCU, so if he died, that would be the biggest fucking death of all time. I don't even give a shit what you say. You guys are in the comments typing at your keyboards like, that's not true. He won't be the biggest death of all. It's gonna be this and this and this. Darth Vader's the biggest death of all. You have proton lasers. Sorry if I'm raging, but Iron Man would be... I don't give a shit what the fuck anyone says. This is just my opinion. In my opinion, Iron Man's death would be the biggest death of cinema history. Okay, let's not go that far. He would be the biggest Marvel death of all time. Bigger than, spoiler alert, bigger than Yondu's. Bigger than jeez, Quicksilver's. I can't remember. Marvel doesn't like to keep their people dead. Iron Man should stay dead. If they kill off Iron Man, he will stay dead. He better stay dead. If he doesn't, I will fucking smash into Marvel Studios headquarters. I would fucking just tell him, and I would go upstairs to Kevin Feige and I would say, you know what I would say? I would say, you should have kept him dead, man. And then I would storm back out and come all the way back here to Bourne Studios. That is what I would do. He needs to stay dead. That would be the biggest death that would bring them all together. Can you imagine that? Captain America and Iron Man are still fighting about that Civil War thing. And then Captain America's like, I'm not your best friend anymore. Fuck you. He doesn't say fuck you, but he's just like, you know, we're not friends anymore. You're just nothing to me anymore, Tony. You are an asshole. And he's like, well, your best friend killed my parents, so technically you're the asshole. You kept that up for me all these years. You're not trying to keep me safe, you asshole. We're never talking to each other again. I'm not even your friend anymore. Fuck you. And then they just go their separate ways, and then Captain America sees Thanos just beat the shit out of Iron Man and just stomp Tony and kick his dick in the dirt. Captain America goes and saves the day and kills Thanos. That's not going to happen, but imagine if he saw that happen to Tony. That would be the biggest death, and he could, like, reconcile with all of his friends and be like, I told him I never wanted to see him again. I told him he was the worst person on earth. I'm sorry, Tony, please. I'm sorry. And then all that kind of stuff. And then Tony would just be the biggest death. That's all I'm saying, guys. Tony is going to die. In my opinion, that's who I think is going to die. He's going to be the biggest death of Infinity War. And I'm sorry to say that, guys, but he has... Like Black Widow said in the Age of Ultron trailer, nothing lasts forever. So I'm just saying that right now. Iron Man will not be around forever. Tony Stark will not be around forever. Robert Downey Jr. will not be around forever. I'm not saying that he's going to die. I'm just saying he's not going to be Iron Man forever. And he's going to want to move on to other better things. So I'm just saying that Iron Man has to bite the bullet at one point or another. So why not Infinity War? Why not? And with all that being said, that's going to wrap up our video today of who I think will survive and who I think will die in Avengers Infinity War. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Tell me down below, who do you think is going to die and who do you think is going to survive? Take all the characters that are confirmed for Infinity War and tell me, out of those characters that are confirmed, who's going to die and who's going to survive. Tell me down below in the comments. Again, if you guys enjoyed, please like and subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. I will talk to you guys in the next video. I will be making a video on Age of Ultron pretty soon and something about the Skrulls in the MCU. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.